Good evening. It is Claire from Turning Point Tuition. I totally need to sort out my tapping name. I've been pondering it for quite some time, and I will get there soon. I really will. I need to get there soon because it's something that's been bugging me. So, hello, it's me. I did do a live, or I did go live last week, but it felt like it took a not wrong turn, but a turn that could be deemed unsuitable, and so I made the decision to delete it and tried not to worry too much. Again, I've not been putting it out there enough, so it's unlikely that anyone will join me, which is obviously absolutely fine. I am just ensuring that I have kept my commitment that I've made to myself and for the benefit of others to be here every day at every day. Oh, could not cope with that. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. So, like many of you, I'm sure I am starting to succumb to a cold. Just in time for a weekend away in Yorkshire, which fun and games. But I might even tap on just that and how our immune system can get affected by stress. So as always, I am going to start with just a simple grounding technique. The one I did last week, I might do today because obviously I deleted it, but I actually really quite like this one. So you're going to take the fingers of your right hand and squish them all together. And then you're going to literally put them in the centre of the palm of your left hand and fold your left fingers over the top. And obviously, as always, closing your eyes just so that you can really be in your body in this moment and taking some nice deep breaths. So in through the nose and out through the mouth. If it feels right to do so, you can make whatever noises are necessary as you do your exhale and let all that stress and tension leave your body. And then we're going to move our right hand to just gently hold our ring finger. And taking that nice deep breath in and out. This was something that was introduced to me and I can't quite remember it, but I don't know how much it matters. So we are going to move just to the middle finger. And you're just gently holding, applying pressure to your middle finger as you take that nice deep breath. Moving to the index finger. And what we're doing here is we're getting all the acupressure points along the fingers that relate to different body parts internally, the different channels of energy within our body. Moving to, we'll go little finger this time and finish on the thumb, which is possibly where we should have started, but like I said in my chat, the description today, I'm doing it messy. I'm trying to embrace that doing it messy. My words are not working today. Earlier I tried to combine sadness and loneliness and literally had to try 3 times to get the right word out of my mouth. Okay, I think that was all the fingers of the left hand. So this time you're going to take the fingers of the left hand and again squish them all together to plant in the centre of your right hand and folding your right hand fingers over the top. Again, closing your eyes and taking those nice slow deep breaths. And we'll follow the same pattern as last time, so holding your ring finger first, now on your right hand, and just doing an activity like this where you're concentrating on slowing your breathing down. Move to your middle finger is one of the easiest ways to just let go of some of that stress and tension that you might be feeling. Moving to the index finger, because it's such an autonomic process, our breathing, it's not something we think about very often. But if you can just take that few minutes moving to the little finger at any point in your day to just slow your breathing down. It's amazing how calming an effect it has. And then moving to the thumb. And if you've done any mindfulness, it is all about connecting with what is going on here and now in this moment. Give my fingers a wiggle. Taking one last deep breath in. And again, if you need to make any noises as you let go of that breath, to move that energy, stress, tension throughout your body, then please do so. And when you're ready, if you open your eyes, if you need to, take a look around the room and see what is the biggest round thing you can find. I have a balloon sitting next to me today for my birthday party at the weekend. So it does look like somebody's joined me today. Thank you very much. If you would like to use the chat facility, and let me know that you are here, where you're here from, and if there are any particular things you would like me to tap on for you today. So like I said, I am starting to succumb to my first cold of the academic year. So I think we might just focus on that a little bit at first, because it's usually, as we get to this, it's usually quite a long half term, this one. So as we get to that half term point, we start to feel all the grot. Everyone's getting a bit low in terms of their immunity. The weather's obviously changing, indicating my windows, obviously my curtains are closed, and we'll just get started. So if you've not experienced tapping before, you're just going to do what I do and say what I say. And as always, I ask you to take full responsibility for your own health and well-being if you choose to tap with me. So even though I'm starting to get this cold, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And depending where you are in your journey, that might be incredibly challenging for you to say, so I'll give you another option. Even though I'm starting to feel this stuffy nose and sore throat, I accept myself and how I feel, which is sometimes a lot easier than stating that we love ourselves. And even though I do not need this cold right now, I've still got so much to do, I accept it as a natural part of life, and I accept that I might be a little bit irritated about it while feeling a bit grotty. And then we tap on the eyebrow, so just the hair, where the hair of your eyebrow starts. This cold, side of the eye, on the eye socket, not the temple. Why do I always get a cold under the eye at this time of year? Under the nose, all these snotty children. Under the mouth, coughing and spreading their germs everywhere. Just move that because it's jiggling. Collarbone, not washing their hands before they touch everything. Under the arm, so if you're female, it's about where your bra strap sits. If you've never worn a bra, then if you fold your arms like you would have done like at primary school for assembly, where your hand falls naturally is about the right tapping point anyway. And with everything tapping, you can do one side, other side, both sides. Some people choose to do the arms this way. It's whatever's comfortable. Even though they don't wash their hands and spread their germs everywhere. Of course, I'm going to get ill. Seeing their snails of snot, snot slugs is so disgusting. And as I see them, I know I'm going to get ill. Why can't it just wait until half term? Why do I have to be ill now? I've still got so much to do in the next, week, 10 days. I do not need to be feeling grotty right now. Maybe it's good that it's now. Last year, my first cold hit me at half term. During my holiday. The time when I'm supposed to rest. So maybe someone's looking out for me by ensuring I have this cold now, instead of during my holiday. I still feel so rough. I didn't want to go into school today. This must be the only job where it's easier to go in sick than it is to have a sick day. Because even if I don't go in, I'll be expected to prepare something for the lessons. My room's going to be a mess when I go back. It might even be destroyed. Nothing will be where I left it. And I'll have work coming out of my ears. Worksheets everywhere, even though I asked for them to be glued in. All my equipment missing. So many things that make it harder not to just be there anyway. And so I drag myself in even though it's hard. And I have my own snot snails. Or drippy nose. Or drippy nose. And try and plan my lessons to be as calm and peaceful as possible. Because even though I feel ill, I know it's going to be so much worse if I take a day off. The judgment of myself, the judgment from my colleagues. It's just easier to go in, even when I feel unwell. Let's just pause tapping there a moment. Take a deep breath, if you can, and a sip of water. Tapping works by creating electrical signals throughout the body, so it works much, much better if you are well hydrated. And if you are feeling ill, tapping on the side of your hand, if you are feeling ill, then obviously you need to be making sure you are well hydrated anyway. Okay, so what else do we tap on? Even though there's all these expectations, whether I stay home or whether I go in, I accept myself and how I feel about them. And even though maybe I'm the one with the expectations, I still accept myself and how I feel. And even though it might be easier to go in to match other people's expectations, I accept how I feel about that as well. So many expectations. It's part of the teaching standards to have high expectations. And modelling those all the time. Having those high expectations, even when I know they might not be met. Is really quite stressful. All this stress from these high expectations. High expectations of me. High expectations of my students or children, whichever word you prefer. The high expectations of my team. The high expectations of my colleagues. The high expectations from the senior leadership team. It doesn't matter whose expectations I think about, mine or somebody else's. It can be so stressful. And having been under this pressure for so long, it's no wonder my immune system's weak. With all the children I see every day, the germs have been unavoidable. And even though I wash my hands, I'm not sure they wash theirs. And with my weakened, through stress, immune system, and this melting pot of germs, it's no wonder I've caught a cold in the last week before half term. Okay, I'm going to pause there again, take a breath. Excuse me, burps, and the other end, yawns, shaking sometimes, tears obviously, are all signs of that energy moving through the body. Right, so stress, expectations. Even though I've got this cold, this grippy nose and graty throat, I am able to acknowledge the stress that I've been under and accept myself anyway. And even though maybe I'm the one putting the stress on myself, I accept that this is where I'm at right now, whether I'm comfortable or uncomfortable with it. And even though there's probably stress from other areas too, I accept myself and how I feel. Oh, don't start on the head anymore. Well, I do. You can start wherever you like, actually, when tapping. It's just that the head, top of the head, is the assimilation point, so I like to end there. I digress. So many things causing me stress. It's not even just work. I worry about the children at school. I worry about my own children. I worry about my family. Mums, dads, partners, brothers, sisters. And all of this worrying is so stressful. And maybe I haven't realised how stressed I've been. Maybe I haven't realised how much pressure I've been under. But getting ill certainly makes you think. And even though it's easier to go in than stay off, maybe there's a way to reduce the pressure on myself. And even though I probably can't do anything about all of the pressures and stresses that I have in my life, maybe there are some things I can do. Perhaps we can get takeaway for the next couple of days. Or maybe even beans on toast. Some quick, easy dinners. Maybe even on throwaway crockery. Or maybe just soaking in the sink for a day or two. Just to reduce that pressure that I put on myself. Maybe I could go to bed earlier. Would it really hurt if the books weren't marked this one time? I can catch up when I'm feeling better. Because right now it's more important for me to sleep, to stand any chance of functioning tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow's lessons don't need to be as perfectly planned as usual. Maybe I could borrow somebody else's planning. Maybe I could ease the pressure on the kids too. Maybe a recap lesson instead of a teaching one. There's always someone that needs to go over it again. Maybe we could do a bit more reading than usual. Maybe a secondary. Maybe I can spring an assessment on them. Just for a bit more peace and quiet. To ease that pressure on myself. Maybe I could plan that they mark each other's work. Something easy maybe, if they're little. Maybe looking for spag or workings if they're older. I'm sure there are ways that I can ease this pressure that I'm putting on myself right now, so that I can just spend some time feeling a bit rubbish. Several different words went through my brain then, not sure if you noticed. And again, just pause tapping there, taking that breath, having that bit of water. Okay, if you are here and you would like me to tap on something specific at all, please do pop it in the chat. I am here for your benefit, although it will always help me as well to be doing the tapping. So feeling ill, pressure, stress, responsibility. What other way could we go with this? I think let's do a little bit more on the fact that I'm in Hampshire, so it's half term next week. I know some of you might already be on half term, so perhaps you are feeling ill actually as part of your half term holiday. Sorry. yeah, let's do some more about that maybe. So, which way should we go? Even though it's always timed with the half term and I get ill during my breaks, weekends, holidays, I accept the irritation that I feel about this and am open to just being. And even though it's supposed to be a time of rest, assuming you are on holiday already, and I'm not able to because I feel like poo, I accept myself and how I feel. And even though, whether you're at home or school, there is still so much to do, and feeling ill is not going to help me. I'm open to I'm open to acknowledging this sign from my body that I need to slow down. Feeling ill because I push and push and push so much. And now my body is making me rest. I wonder how much worse I feel because I expect to be doing something else. I wonder if I could let go of the idea that I should be doing something. And if I could let go and just embrace the rest, I wonder if that might feel better. Nah, I'm going to carry on feeling like I should be doing something. No, I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let go and allow myself to just feel ill. I could just sit in front of the TV and have a movie day. No, I could try and force myself to clean the house, that needs doing. Or I could just sit in front of the TV all day. I wonder what my body most needs in order for me to recover. I wonder what my body most needs so that I can be back on my feet. Excuse me. Obviously something there for me. If I could just lay here and feel rubbish for today, for tomorrow, for 2 days, I wonder if I might have more energy afterwards to do the things that I thought needed doing. I wonder how different it would feel if I could forgive myself for being ill and just rest because I don't rest enough. I wonder how good it would feel to rest. To literally put my feet up, curl up with a book, take a bath, long hot bath, watch movies all day, without beating myself up, enjoying the rest, letting go of the worry, that something else should be being done. If I could embrace this need for my body to rest, I wonder what impact that would have. Okay, again, stop tapping there, take a breath. Hopefully, you're starting to feel different. The idea of letting go of the expectation of doing something despite the fact that you're ill, or even though you are ill, and instead just allowing yourself to be ill and listening to your body. Let's do something there. Even though it's really hard to listen to my body, I accept myself and that I find this difficult. And even though I feel like I've been trained to put other people first, I accept any feelings that I have about this. And even though it's hard, and I might have some feelings of anger or resentment, I'm open to letting them go in order to free myself. I'm just going to tap because I can't remember what I was going to say. It just came to me that Brad Yates says something really good when he's doing his karate chop point about, I can't remember 100% if it's about forgiving myself, which is something that can be incredibly hard to do. But it definitely includes, let's assume it is about forgiveness. He includes the fact, and anyone else that may be attached. And that was what was going through my brain, but I couldn't remember how he words it to include it here. And then it's just made my brain go completely blank. And again, sadliness, because that was what was coming out of my mouth earlier, because I genuinely think, I used to say it to my kids, that the snot's worked its way up your brain. You've got snot brain, because it definitely doesn't function quite as well when we're ill as at hopefully all the other times. But let's just keep tapping. You almost can't go wrong if you just keep tapping. It is sending that calming signal to your brain. And I wonder if some of the things that I've said are going round and round in your brain anyway. Those what ifs. What if I could let go of beating myself up for the fact that I'm ill? What if I could let go of the fact that I'm beating myself up for needing to rest? What if I could just let that be? What if I could just allow myself to pause? How would that change things for me? What could become better? If I'm unwell and I go in and give it to everyone else, I mean, they all gave it to me already. But if I gave it to everyone, they wouldn't be grateful for that. Maybe the best thing I can do is take a day and rest. Maybe I would recuperate more quickly. Maybe I could just give myself that grace. The compassion that I would show to a best friend. Maybe I could show some of that compassion to myself. And allow myself to feel how I feel. To sleep if I need to. and just be. And what does that bring up for you? Guilt's just come across my mind. If I was genuinely still in school, not that I'm not genuinely still in school, actually I am in school tomorrow, but if I was still teaching and tomorrow was a full teaching day, there would definitely be some guilt attached to the very idea of taking a day off. I choose to let go of any guilt that I feel. I choose to let go of any guilt that I feel about looking after myself. I choose to let go of any guilt that I feel I choose to let go of any guilt that I use to beat myself up about feeling ill. I choose to let go of any guilt that I feel because I am unwell. I choose to let go. I choose to let go and listen to my body and what I need. I'm going to stop there. Taking that nice deep breath in. Or as deep as you can if you are poorly, a little bit like me. Thankfully, I've not hit the worst of it yet, I don't think. Yeah, there's probably some thoughts going around your brain, I feel, right now, if you're tapping with me, whether now or at a later date. We've not tapped on, obviously, the actuality of feeling ill. Very interesting dichotomy, is that the word there? About the belief that we've created these symptoms for ourselves versus we're genuinely ill. I don't know where I sit on that. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, totally get it. I made this happen to myself. And the other time I'm like, but bugs actually exist. So where? And but you can be on that scale. You can hold two differing beliefs at the same time, and that's okay. Sometimes it's what we have to do in order to get through each and every day. What I need to do now is go to bed, to be quite honest. So I am going to stop today's live video here. I hope it has been of benefit to you. If you are really struggling and feel that you have no one to talk to, please do reach out to somebody. I promise you there is somebody that cares enough to listen at any time of day or night, even if that has to be a stranger like the Samaritans. I've been Claire from Turning Point Tuition for now. And I hope that whatever you are feeling right now in terms of illness or not is soon gone and that you make a speedy recovery. But remember to look after you. Thank you.